Go to the movies. You want to go to the movies. You want to get a big tub of popcorn and an icy and shut your ass up and watch a movie. And no, I don't just mean the next Marvel movie or the next blockbuster, though you should also go see those. See dramas, see comedies, watch horror movies. Just go to the physical theater and watch what they've got playing. The discussion has been boiling lately, how people seem to not want to go to the movies even when the movies coming out are good. Hop in my time machine and let's go back to 2019.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
In 2019, we had 9 movies make over $1 billion. Now, 7 of those were Disney films, which is a problem in and of itself, but the point here is that people were going to the movies. Ever since 2019, we have had exactly 6 billion-dollar films. And in the year 2024, at the time of recording, there have been 0. Now, I'm not saying that $1 billion is the only way to measure success, but it does say something about the climate when not even a Marvel or a Fast and Furious is able to make the same splash that it once was. Yes, COVID happened, and that hurt theaters bad, but I think there's a bigger factor involved, one that also reared its ugly head in 2019. We like to blame people for movies flopping, saying stuff like, you guys didn't support this one, and look, yeah, the people have gotten lazier about going to the movies, but I'll tell you why that is. The studios have stopped putting value in the theatrical release. Back in the day, it used to be like this. A movie comes out, and about 6 to 8 months later, it would release on DVD or VHS or whatever.
Spider-Man 3 exclusive DVD set with bonus DVD and comic book.
So, if a movie was coming out that you wanted to see, you had to go to the theater. And most people would probably just rather spend like the $9 than wait that long for the movie to come out. Nowadays, none of that stuff is guaranteed. Directors and cast have to negotiate for theatrical releases and releases in specific formats like IMAX. And studios are super resistant to this, because they want to keep people using their streaming services. They want to be able to say, you can only watch Glass Onion on Netflix. No, you can't have a physical release, and fine, we'll release it in theaters for a limited time, but that's it. Even if the theatrical release makes a ton of money and would easily be a huge success if they just left it there, they want exclusivity on their platform. Make no mistake that Netflix and the other streaming giants do not value the theatrical experience. Let's point to another example. Recently, the movie The Fall Guy came out. Distributed by Universal, it released on May 3rd, 2024. It didn't do too hot initially, and was on streaming by May 21st, 2024. That was a window of maybe 3 weeks, where you could only see it in theaters. And the announcement of it going to streaming immediately kills the momentum of any people that were going to go see it in theaters. Because now they just go, oh, it'll be on streaming on Friday, I'll just wait. You may be saying to yourself, The Fall Guy was flopping though, they pulled it because it wasn't making any money. And you are right, but let me counter with this. The Greatest Showman was released in December of 2017. In its debut weekend, it grossed only $19 million, finishing in 4th place behind The Last Jedi, Jumanji, and Pitch Perfect 3. But instead of pulling the movie after a week debut, Fox left it in theaters for 219 days, and it ended up grossing $435 million. Against a budget of $84 million, that's a big success. It's not $1 billion, but that's really quite good, especially for a musical. Had they taken it out of theaters immediately, they'd remove the potential that it would eventually turn a profit. Not everything is a smash hit on the first weekend. A more recent example is Elemental, a movie that Disney just left in theaters after a week debut, which ended up grossing just shy of $500 million. Now, I'm not saying that the theatrical model is perfect. Obviously, some movies are going to flop regardless because people just don't want to see them. But the point is that these major streaming companies are trying to train people to prefer to watch movies at home. Why go to the theater if I can just wait 2 weeks and it'll be on Disney+?
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go.
So maybe you're wondering,
Why does it matter if the movie theaters die? Maybe you're a person who doesn't like going to the movies and prefers to watch things at home anyway. I'm not asking for there to be no more movies released straight to streaming, but I am asking for there to be a difference.
The fact that there are people out there who watch Top Gun Maverick for the first time at their parents' house with motion smoothing on makes my skin crawl.
Some films are meant to be experienced on the biggest screen possible. You can still watch them on whatever you want, but the experience of seeing film with good sound and good visuals in a dark, distraction-free environment will always be better than watching it at home.
Would Barbenheimer have been the phenomenon it was if you just watched both of them at home? No. It was an event. People flocked to the theaters, dressed up, dressed in pink, because it's fun to go to the movies. It's a community space where people can all share in film. If it's a good movie, if it's a bad movie, both experiences are enhanced by watching them in a theater.
The main reason for that is this. When you go to the movies, you are making a conscious decision to refrain from thinking of or doing anything else besides engaging in the art. If you're a normal, decent person, you turn your phone off and keep your eyes on the screen. We are all guilty of checking our phones while watching a movie at home, of doing other things while having a movie on. I'm not trying to be on a moral high horse and say that I've never done that. What I am trying to say is that physically going to the movies enters you into a social contract to not do those things, and that is a damn good thing to have. This is why so many filmmakers are so intent on this, because to have people devote their full attention to your art is going to make them like it more, or make them have clearer reasons why they didn't like it.
When I was 17, how many movies did I say I didn't like because I watched them on my laptop in my childhood bedroom? Actually, I'll tell you one. Lord of the Rings. I watched those on my laptop and was like, mid. Lord of the Rings. Can you believe that? Now, since I've watched them on a proper formatted TV with good sound, I'm like, what was I on? You can't pretend that this stuff doesn't have an impact on your enjoyment of a movie.
How many people in my personal life saw Oppenheimer in the theater? A movie with almost no appeal to the masses. That right there is the magic of the movies, baby.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go.
Let's talk about the cost of going to the movies. This is usually a big item people point to when they say why they don't like going to the movies, or why they're glad to see the theatrical experience die.
Right now, the time of me recording this, a ticket for the 6:30 p.m. showing of Furiosa: A Mad Max Saga is $15.49. Double that, assuming you're bringing a friend, and that's going to be $30.98. Now, you're probably going to want snacks from concession. Okay, so let's assume large popcorn, large soda, and candy. That's $23.97 if you get the combo at AMC, which brings us to a grand total of $62.08 with the convenience fee. Now that's nothing to sneeze at. $60 to go to the movies is a lot, especially if you got kids or you're going in a premium format like IMAX or Dolby.
I've been saying this since the 80s when movie ticket prices, they were $5 forever in America, and then all of a sudden they started moving up to $6.50 and $7 and $7.25 and $7.50 and all that stuff. The key to what you're saying is this is a working man's art form. Yeah. It's not opera, it's not theater, it's not going to a big concert. Anybody could go and see a movie. That was one of the reasons why movies flourished in the 30s, and it's not anymore. No. We have priced them out.
That's true. That's like 100%. Everything you said was true.
But I'm gonna let you in on a few life hacks that you may not be aware of. Number one, you actually don't have to get snacks. I know they're tasty and they're fun to eat, but a lot of people factor that in as if it's a requirement of going to the movies, but you don't actually have to get any. You can just sneak your snacks in. Like 99% of theaters don't check your bag whatsoever, so just go to CVS and get your $1 box of Bunch of Crunch.
Number two, there are matinee prices, bargain Tuesdays, and plenty of ways to get around the initial ticket costs. I'm not saying go to the movies no matter the cost every weekend. I'm saying parse out the price and make it work for you. Number 3, if you do go to the movies frequently or would like to, look into membership or rewards programs at your local theaters. I signed up for AMC A-List last year, and the amount of money I have saved because of it is nuts. If you go to the movies twice in 1 month, you've already paid off the cost of the $25.
My girlfriend and I both have A-List. So 25 plus 25 is 50. For $50 a month, we can both see up to 12 movies. That is a ludicrously good deal, especially when you consider that that's in any format. Plus, you can really quickly rack up the rewards and get free snacks and other perks. Last time I went, I got a large popcorn, large soda, bottle of water, and 2 candies for exactly $0.
Number 4, and maybe most importantly, it's a good thing to use your money to support. The amount of independent theaters that go out of business is really sad, so it's not like you're giving money to an insane money-making machine like Ticketmaster or a concert venue or something. For the most part, they actually do need the money. Maybe your local Regal or AMC doesn't need the money, but even those tend to shut theaters down that aren't doing well.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the...
Before I let you all go, I want to tell you that while I'm very vocal about supporting theaters, please don't be a jerk.
Every time I have gone to the movies this year, someone has been on their phone the entire time, or someone has been loudly talking through the entire movie.
The theater has always had problematic patrons. Remind me to tell you the story of one time I almost witnessed a first-degree murder during a screening of Infinity War.
But after COVID, the problem has just gotten so much worse. Some people cannot sit through a 2-hour movie without checking their phone. To the guy who was on Threads for the entirety of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, maybe just stay home? To the guy reading his Kindle at an early fan screening of The Flash, why are you here? If you need to check your phone, I'm not gonna have you arrested for doing it quickly. Shit happens, I get it. But if you're going to sit on your phone and not watch the movie, just stay home. You are ruining the experience for other people. And if you think it doesn't matter and who cares, you're part of the issue. Any light in a pitch black room is a distraction. People are paying money to be there, and most people take it seriously. Please leave if you have no interest in respecting the space that other people are paying to enjoy. Companies like Alamo are making strides against disruptions, and I'm grateful for that, but it's annoying that we've had to even get to that point. All my praise for theaters can be hurt if just one person is being inconsiderate. That's another big reason people don't want to go, because they have to interact with people who are rude. But when people are respectful and everyone wants to be there, you can have these incredible memories from going to the movies, like Avengers Endgame or Barbenheimer. I love going to the movies. It's my favorite part of the week when I get to go. To see patrons and studios treating it with disrespect sucks. People love to say that Hollywood is out of ideas, that it's all sequels and reboots and whatever. Yeah, maybe that's partially true. But we have had a series of great original movies that have been made, and have been supported directly by the theaters. Seeing the money-making sequels and reboots and Marvel movies is part of what allows for us to get independent movies.
And just because something is a sequel or a reboot doesn't mean it's entirely unoriginal. This year alone, we got Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Furiosa, all movies that are prequels or sequels with tons of their own original ideas.
I don't think the movies are dead. I think events like Barbenheimer are indicative that people want to go to the movies. We need to stop letting studios cut a film's life short. Support movies. See what you want to see. Don't let this incredible establishment be ruined by the studios. Yes, Furiosa bombed, and that sucks, but lots of the best movies bombed in theaters when they first came out, and still went on to have a second life elsewhere.
We've had plenty of great movies come from streaming. I'm not trying to get rid of streaming entirely, but people should have options. They shouldn't just be rewarded for not going to see a movie by just getting it on streaming 1 week later. I love the movies, and I love getting an ice cold icy. Please don't take one of the 2 places that it's acceptable to drink one away from me. And if you love movies or ices, be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, share this with all your friends, because next week, I'm having an exclusive one-on-one interview with the Icy Bear, so stay tuned.
We come to this place for magic. We come to AMC theaters to laugh, to cry, to care, because we need that, all of us.